Your biggest competitor is running ads right now that are quietly printing money. And if you're like most people, you're mostly guessing at what's actually working for them. So let's stop guessing. Here's the finished thing you're after: their entire ad playbook pulled onto one screen. The buyer types they're targeting, the angles and emotions they lean on, the exact headlines they spend the most behind, the copy doing the work, and the single landing page that soaks up most of their traffic. Work that used to mean a whole afternoon of scrolling an ad library, done in about 10 minutes. I'll be an Atria for this, on a real brand, and you'll do the same thing on a competitor in your own space. 2 moves. First, we find the brand and read their whole strategy off one dashboard. Then we pull the exact copy in the funnel that's printing. Let's get into it. Here's what changed and why this works now. For years, the lever in paid ads was targeting. You won by getting your offer in front of exactly the right audience. Then Apple's app tracking transparency landed in 2021, and that lever mostly broke. You can't micro-target the way you used to. So the thing that decides whether an ad works moved, from who you put it in front of to the creative itself. The hook, the angle, the headline, the offer. That's the game now. And this is what turns it into a real edge. The winning creative in your category isn't hidden. Every active ad your competitor is running is public. Meta's ad library shows every ad on Facebook and Instagram that's live right now. Anyone can open it and look. So the playbook that's beating you is sitting in plain sight. The only problem is the raw library is a mess. Thousands of ads, in no order, with no signal about which ones are actually working. That's the gap this closes. Atria indexes that whole public landscape, millions of ads across Meta and TikTok, and its engine is trained on billions of dollars of real ad spend. So instead of a wall of ads to scroll, you get one ranked teardown per brand. Who they target, the headlines they run most, the copy they spend behind, the pages it all points to. It turns go look at their ads into here's their strategy, sorted. So that's the shift. The creative is the lever, the creative is public, and the marketer who reads it systematically beats the one still guessing. The tool that turns that public mess into a ranked teardown is Atria. Let's go pull one. The tool I'm doing this in is Atria. You can grab it at stackauditors.com/Atria, linked right below. There's a free trial if you want to open it and follow along on a competitor in your own space as we go. Before we start, have one thing ready: the name of the one rival who's beating you in paid ads right now. That's the brand we'll run through this. Let's go find them. First, let's find your competitor and pull their whole ad strategy onto one screen. Once you're in, head to Discovery. This is the open library. Every brand's live ads in one giant wall. On its own, it's overwhelming. Exactly the mess we just talked about. So you narrow it. Filter down by industry to your corner of the market, and the brands you actually compete with start surfacing. When you spot the one you're after, you don't dig through their ads one at a time. You hover their card, and there's the move. Follow or view details. Following a brand is what unlocks their full teardown, so you follow them, and Atria pulls their entire ad history into one profile. For this, I'm using a real brand, a clear aligner company called SmileSet, but this is exactly where you drop in your own competitor. One click, and instead of a wall of random ads, you've got a single brand's whole operation, ready to read. Let's open it up. And here's their whole strategy on one screen. The first thing it tells you is scale. In the last 30 days, this brand had 626 ads live, and 497 of those are brand new, up 150%. That number alone is a signal. A brand pushing that many fresh ads is scaling hard and testing constantly. Right beside it, the media mix, how they split across video, image, and carousel. Here, it's about 45% video, the rest mostly static images. That tells you the formats they're betting on. Now here's the shortcut that saves you an hour. You do not have to read all 600 ads. Atria's already done the reading. Look at this row of chips. Top personas, the exact buyer types they're writing to. Top selling points, what they lead with. Top emotions, the feelings they pull on. Top themes, the angles they run again and again. That row is their entire positioning, ranked, before you've opened a single ad, who they think the customer is, and what they think makes that customer buy. One honest note: the deepest breakdowns, the full per angle and per hook tables, sit behind Atria's paid plan. But you don't need them for the picture. The top of each one is right here on the overview, free. Read these chips and you already understand their strategy better than they'd be comfortable with. Now let's see the ads themselves. Scroll down and the overview turns into their actual ads. The live creative, right here in front of you. This is where those chips become real. You see the before and afters, the discount hooks, the save with your HSA angle, the holiday sale push, all the things those theme chips just named, running as real ads you can study. And if you want the complete set, the creatives view holds every single one. Here that's 880 creatives, and you can filter them by shape, square, vertical, the wide ones, so you can look at exactly the placement you care about. So now you're not imagining what your competitors' ads look like. You're looking at all of them at once, sorted, with the strategy labeled on top. That's the first half of the job done. You've read their whole playbook at a glance. Now for the part that's actually worth taking, the exact words doing the work. Now let's pull the exact words that are printing. And here's where it gets good. Open the headlines view, and Atria lists every headline this brand is running, but the magic is the two columns beside each one. How many ads use it, and how long the longest running one has been live. Sort by that, and the whole list reorders itself by what's working. Look at the top. Transformation from the comfort of your home. That one headline is running across 171 ads, and it's been live 53 days. Now, the trap most people fall into. They reach for the competitor's newest ad. Wrong move. You copy their longest running one. Think about it. A brand does not keep paying to run a headline across 170 ads for 53 days unless it's making money. Run length is the only public signal you get that an ad is actually profitable. The newest ad is a guess they're still testing. The one that's been live 2 months is a winner they've already paid to prove. So you read down this list and you're reading their proven hooks in order. 31 of them here, ranked by how hard they're leaning on each. And if you want to see a headline in the wild, you click it, and there's every ad built on it. That's a swipe file of validated hooks handed straight to you. Now the copy underneath them. Same idea, one level deeper, the actual body copy. This view lists the full text of their ads, with those same two columns. How many ads use each block of copy, and how long it's run. So once again, you sort by run length, and you're reading their proven messaging top to bottom. The copy they run hardest here, no appointments, no hassle, just your personalized plan, is running across 154 ads, live 41 days. That's not a line they're trying out. That's a line that's working, at scale. Read down and you can see exactly how they talk to a buyer. The patented technology angle, the big holiday sale push, the use your HSA nudge, the why pay more comparison. 56 distinct pieces of copy, ranked by how much they're betting on each one. This is the part you can use the same afternoon. Not word for word, you swap in your own product. But the structure, the order they make the argument in, the proof points they lead with. That's a tested framework, and they paid to test it, not you. Now follow it one step further, to where all of this actually sends people. Last piece, the funnel. Every ad points somewhere, and the landing page's view shows you exactly where, ranked by how much of their ad traffic each page absorbs. And this is the tell. Look at the top row. One page, their Express Aligner treatment page, is taking 403 ads, 63.7% of everything they're running. Nearly 2/3 of their entire ad budget points at a single page. That is not an accident. That's them telling you, with their own money, which offer converts. The rest of the list trails off fast. An App Store link, a quiz page, a few others. But the signal is that one dominant page. So now you've got the whole machine. The buyer types they target, the emotions they pull, the headlines and copy that are proven, and the single page they send it all to. That's not, I glanced at their ads. That's their entire paid playbook, documented. The angle, the words, and the destination. 23 pages in total, but you already know the one that matters. Open it, see how they've built the offer, and you know exactly what you're up against, and exactly where the bar sits. So step back and look at what you've got. 10 minutes ago, you were guessing what your competitor was doing in paid ads. Now you've got their whole playbook on paper. The buyer types they target, the emotions they lean on, the headlines and copy proven by run length, and the one landing page soaking up most of their spend. And none of it is a guess anymore. It's on paper, in front of you. And if you keep following the brand, it stays current. Every new ad they launch shows up in the same teardown, so you never go back to guessing. So here's your move. Pick the one competitor who's beating you right now, just one, and run their brand through this first. The link lives at stackauditors.com/Atria. Pull up their playbook, find their longest running winner, and go build something better. Thanks for watching.